How's everyone doing today? It's your boy A Dog TV, another day of Gossip TV. What's the gossip today? Mr. Trump. Let's see what he's talking about today. This guy, he never seems to surprise me. Let's see, Mr. Trump. Where you go? Are you gonna go viral again? He's the only president in the world that goes viral. Wow.
Bill Clinton and Epstein files, and can you commit to their full release by the end of the year?
I know there are a lot of people that are angry about all of the pictures of other people, but I think it's terrible. Look, I don't like, I like Bill Clinton. I've always gotten along with Bill Clinton. I've been nice to him, he's been nice to me. We've always gotten along, respect him. I hate to see photos come out of him, but this is what the Democrats, mostly Democrats, and a couple of bad Republicans are asking for. So they give you their photos of me too. Everybody was friendly with this guy, either friendly or not friendly, but he was around. He was all over Palm Beach and other places.
What did Bill Clinton do? What's the title? Trump hits out a terrible exposure of high profile figures following. Oh, okay.
The head of Harvard was his best friend, Larry Summers, and Bill Clinton was a friend of his, but everybody was. I actually threw him out of Mar-a-Lago, and as a person that was in Mar-a-Lago, I threw him out. Mar-a-Lago, this is Mar-a-Lago. It's the hottest place I think it's the hottest place in the world, but it's the hottest place in Florida, and everybody would come here. He'd come here. We actually threw him out. But no, I don't like the pictures of Bill Clinton being shown. I don't like the pictures of other people being shown. I think it's a terrible thing.
I want to see these pictures. Where's these pictures of Bill Clinton? My next video, I'm gonna find the pictures of Bill Clinton and I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna make a two-part video. What's these pictures?
I think Bill Clinton's a big boy. He can handle it. But you probably have pictures being exposed of other people that innocently met Jeffrey Epstein years ago, many years ago, and they're highly respected bankers and lawyers and others.
Trump is mentioned in the new batch of the Epstein files more than 600 times, or as the DOJ refers to that number, 0. This is just another day.
Yeah, guys, this is the video for the pictures, I'm guessing. Let's see what pictures they're talking about. I'm intrigued.
In just a few days, millions of kids around the world are going to wake up to find their home littered with gifts from a certain special someone the night before. FYI, to the young kids watching, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, it's your parents. But also, really appreciate
Trump riding on Epstein's private jet, quote, many more times than previously reported.
You don't say. That might be the least surprising news since hearing RFK cooks a Christmas bear for his family each year. Anything else of mild interest in this new batch of material?
This handwritten letter purportedly sent from Jeffrey Epstein to convicted sex offender Larry Nassar.
Ugh, this is like learning Thanos and Darth Vader used to FaceTime each other. But I guess if there's one person Epstein should have as a pen pal that really gets him, it is the world's second most famous pedophile. Okay, I'm already sufficiently nauseous. Might as well just keep this train rolling.
This is the letter, quote, as you know by now, I have taken the short route home. Good luck. We shared one thing, our love and caring for young ladies and the hope that they'd reach their full potential. Our president also shares our love of young nubile girls.
When a young beauty walked by, he loved to grab snatch, whereas we ended up snatching grub in the mess halls of the system. Life is unfair. Yours, J. Epstein.
And they said pedophilia and poetry were mutually exclusive. By the way, how about that sign-off? Life is unfair, says the billionaire with his own island. Now, obviously, there's a lot to break apart with this letter, but I don't think everything necessarily needed further analysis.
And so the short route home reference, do we think that's him?
Gosh, we have another Diddy. I'm guessing. Let's find out this guy was named in Diddy's files because it sounds like both of them were doing the same damn thing. What I don't understand with rich people is like, I understand having money mean you can do a lot of things, but why would you want to be going to, like you could get girls mature. everything. Why would you want to be going for it? Doesn't make sense. It's definitely a illness. I'm telling you, it has to be an illness because it does not make sense in real life.
Talking about dying by suicide because it came out a few days after,
The
right?
timeline would seem to suggest so.
Stellar insight. How were you able to crack that code? I think someone's ready to graduate to the double black diamond word jumble. What's so crazy about this letter from Epstein to Nasser is how quickly the DOJ questioned its validity. Not long after it was released, they made a statement saying they were conducting an investigation and then, only 2 hours later, released another statement saying the letter was fake, citing that the writing doesn't match Epstein's, that the letter was postmarked 3 days after Epstein's death out of Northern Virginia when he was jailed in New York. And the return address did not list the jail where Epstein was held and did not include his inmate number, which is required for outgoing mail, which all seems like issues the lawyers at the Department of Justice could have looked into before posting it online. I mean, my God, the DOJ is less critical of what they post online than people taking a selfie. The DOJ really seems to want to have it both ways, because one of the big excuses from the Department of Justice as to why they weren't able to meet last Friday's legally binding deadline to release the files was that they had to take proper precautions in terms of getting everything right and redacting sensitive information. So let's see how all those proper precautions are working out for them.
Oh, look at this pesky redaction. Let's just get rid of that.
That is insane.
This is what happens when you fire government.
None.
Watching the art, the artistry, it was breathtaking.
Yes, if you were dreading having to play tedious games like charades or Monopoly with your family this Christmas, then your prayers have been answered, because now you can all partake in Guess Who's Redacted, a brand new game from America's most inept Department of Justice. By simply copying and pasting the Epstein files into a new Word document, you and your family will have oodles of fun trying to guess which well-connected politician or campaign donor this DOJ attempted to conceal. Is it someone with a history of sexual assault? Is it a billionaire who pays a lower percentage in taxes than most middle-class Americans? Is it a prominent industry executive who's probably shitting themselves right now? Chances are, it's yes to all three. Not only has Trump's DOJ done a wildly pathetic and unprofessional job with their delayed rollout of the Epstein files, they've also decided to function as this president's personal counsel.
The Department of Justice, which has been the steward of these records and has been doing these releases, issued a statement this morning that said that the references to Trump in the records released overnight are sensationalized and unfounded accusations that did not warrant anything more, and that if they were, in fact, meritorious claims, the Department of Justice said they would have been, quote, weaponized in previous years.
Yup, sounds like an independent agency to me. Trump and his DOJ are pretty much as far apart as Lauren Boebert's hand and her seatmate's penis during a Broadway musical. Unfortunately, what keeps getting lost in all of this is that real people suffered tremendously at the hands of the rich and powerful. And thanks to this administration,
That's what I'm saying. Real people suffer. It's like, I mean, it's true what they say, you know, like money is the root of all evil, because without money, they wouldn't be having all these crazy thoughts that want to put people through this trials and tribulations and stuff, because now you have money, you feel like you're untouchable. You want to start making people that respect you and take advantage of them. It's not right. It's not right, man. Honestly. Oh.
they continue to suffer.
This information is nothing that we are even looking for. That's the sad part about this. None of this makes sense. Everyone is completely confused. Us survivors that know the story are confused. Can you imagine the public? We are just like looking for things that we don't even know how to look for them. When we go in the search library, it's very hard to find things. And everything that we do find there, it's just a 2019 indictment. So it really, it has brought no transparency whatsoever at this point.
Think about that. Not only did these survivors have to endure the trauma of being trafficked and abused by Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, but now, thanks to this White House, they're having the carrot of transparency and accountability dangled in front of their faces on a daily fucking basis. But at least our president sympathizes with those who've had to weather this brutal storm.
A lot of people are very angry that pictures are being released of other people that really had nothing to do with Epstein, but they're in a picture with him because he was at a party, and you ruin the reputation of somebody. So a lot of people are very angry that this continues.
Yes, I've heard a lot of people are so livid that not only have they spent years trying to prevent these photos from coming out, they've also started speaking about themselves in the third person. What is so crazy is that nobody understands how a media narrative works more than Donald Trump. He's been an expert at it for decades. He knew how to cast himself as a New York real estate mogul before he was, he knew how to brand himself a reality TV star, and he knew how to paint himself as a patriotic populist to win over the American electorate. Frankly, if Trump University wasn't a complete sham, I'd say Donald Trump could teach an entire course on crafting your own media narrative, which makes it even more insane that a guy like that, so hyper-focused on how he's
Crazy. American president is influenced. That is wild. When you think of it, he is an influencer though. He really is. He really is an influencer. Compared to UK, our president's boring, man. They don't come out, they don't talk about nothing.
portrayed in the media would allow his reputation to suffer the daily barrage of negative attention unless what was in those files was even worse. Why else would he do that to himself? Why go through the pain and suffering of covering something up unless what was being hidden was even more unsightly? It's like learning someone as handsome as Jacob Elordi had plastic surgery. It would make no sense unless you found out that underneath that face, his actual face looked like John Malkovich's. Whether or not this president will be implicated or charged in any criminal activity has yet to be seen, and whether or not this piece of pedophile calligraphy is real or fake still feels up in the air, considering Trump's DOJ isn't exactly a trustworthy entity. But what is without a doubt true is that Donald Trump's involvement with Jeffrey Epstein and his knowledge about what actually was going on is something he doesn't want out there, and he will continue to use every means possible to protect himself and others. And that's not just me saying this.
A lot of people are very angry that this continues.
I couldn't agree more.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching. It's your boy, A-Dog TV, another day of Gossip TV. Today we went into our Donald Trump, the influencer, the social media king, that's running America. It's crazy, man. But I'm gonna follow this story. I'll see what happens next week because I'm sure there'll be more pictures. I don't know if YouTube will let me show the pictures here, but I think what I'll do is I'm gonna compile a lot of pictures and I'll make a video of them. So that's what I'll do. So we can see all these pictures of these people that hot people getting angry about. Feel me? Anyway, have a blessed day, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe.